Hello everyone, welcome back to the video tutorial series of the MCWC, Mobile Computing and Wireless Communication. In previous lecture, we have covered all the topic related to GSM. Now we are going to start GPRS. GPRS that stands for the General Packet Radio Service. Okay, so let's start. What is GPRS and how it is works? So what is the architecture of the GPRS? Now, which are the topics that is going to be covered in this lecture? That is, what is GPRS, characteristics of GPRS, basic quality of service in GPRS and GPRS architecture. So, these are the topics that we are going to cover in this lecture. Now, first of all, what is GPRS? How we can define the GPRS? So, GPRS stands for the General Packet Radio Service. But what each and every term defines. So here you can see here that general. General, that means what? It is a general. General, that is not restricted to GSM. As we have learned, GSM, that is a global system for mobile communication. Okay, so that is related for the mobile communication only. But GPRS is a genre that is not only related to GSM. It may be it is related to DECT. It may be it is related to third generation systems. Okay, so this genre defines the general terms. Next is what? Packet radio. Packet radio, that means it enables the packet mode communication over the air. Okay, so whatever the data, whatever the information we are sending, that will be divided in packet and that will be transmitted using the communication medium in the communication network. So that is what? Packet. Now next is what? Service. Service, that means it is just not a system. It is existing BSS, that is a base station subsystem, partially also NSS. NSS, that means network switching subsystem. Okay, and that infrastructure is used, that is known as service. Okay, so this entire thing defines General Packet Radio Service in detail. General, that is related to all type of network. Packet radio, that means the entire information is divided in different types in the defined size of the packet. And service, that is not just a system, it uses the BSS and in NSS for the communication purpose. So this is the terms of the GPRS. Now let's learn what is the main benefit of using the GPRS. Why we are using the GPRS? So resources are reserved only when needed and charged accordingly. Okay, GPRS, that means in GPRS network, it is not necessary that every time your resource will be occupied. Whenever you have need for that, at that time only your resource will be occupied. Next is what? Connection setup times are reduced. Okay, so connection setup time is reduced according to the GSM. Next is what? It enables the new service opportunities. New service opportunities, that means it defines extra services. So these are the main benefits of the GPRS. Now next, GPRS characteristics. Okay, so these are the GPRS characteristics. First is what? GPRS uses the packet switch resource allocation. As we have discussed, it is a packet radio service. So packet radio, that means your entire data is divided in different parts. Okay, in different size of packet. So that is what it uses the packet network. So a resource is allocated only when the data is to be sent or received. When there is a packet is for transmission and receiving in the communication medium. At that time only resources will be allocated to the GPRS. Now next is what? Flexible channel allocation. Okay, so this is another characteristics, that flexible channel allocation is there. As we have learned in the GSM frequency allocation, your entire band, that is depends on the if you are using the 800 band or if you are using the 900 band. Based on this, the entire band is using FDM and TDM, that is divided in different channel. And using TDM, each channel is divided in 8 time slots. Okay, so 8 time slots, the flexible channel allocation, that is 1 to 8 time slots is there. Ultimately, GPRS is based on the GSM only. Okay, GPRS doesn't have their own network. Okay, GPRS use the GSM network itself. Okay, so whatever the functionality of GSM that should be used by the GPRS during the communication. Okay, so same time slot, same communication channel is used by the GPRS, that is of the GSM. Okay, so here the flexible channel allocation 1 to 8 time slots as we have in GSM. Then available resources shared by the active user, so we can share the resources between the active user. Up and down link channels reserved separately, so uplink channel is different and downlink channel is different. Okay, in GSM time allocation, using the time allocation, entire channel is divided in different frames. So some of the frame is used for the uploading purpose and some of the frame is used for the downloading purpose. So we have the different frame for uploading and downloading. Now GPRS and circuits with GSM services can use the same time slots alternatively. As I told you that GPRS use the GSM network. So GSM and GPRS alternatively use this time slot. So that is a flexible channel allocation. Now next is what? Traffic characteristics suitable for GPRS. So intermediate and bursty data transmission is there. Frequent transmission of small volume of data and infrequent transmission of large volume of data also possible in GPRS. So it supports the traffic characteristics also. Now next is basic quality of service in GPRS. Okay, so which are the basic quality of service? The basic quality of service, that is the service precedence, reliability, delay and throughput is that. Okay, so these are the services that is a basic quality of service in GPRS when we are using the GPRS. Now first is what service precedence. This is not just related to mobile, it is related to all the device which provide the data communication. Okay, service precedence. Service precedence, that means it may be possible in your mobile phone there are numbers of service which are active in background also or in your in front sides also. Suppose you are using phone dial application. Okay, then you can use the message application or you have used the WhatsApp application. But currently, which activity you have currently started, that will be work in foreground and remaining application will work in background. Okay, so it provides the service precedence which applications you are using. The next is what? Reliability. Reliability indicates the transmission characteristics required by an application and guarantees the certain maximum value for probability of the loss. That means there is duplication and missequencing and corruption of the packet. It may be possible we are using the packet data service. Okay, so that means we are dividing the entire data in different packets. So may be possible these packets are free in network. So at that time it may be possible the packet may lost in the communication network. So we have to recover this lost. Okay, and it may be possible the packet will reach at the destination in different order. Suppose we have sent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but at the receiver side it will receive as a 2, 1, 4, 5 or 3, like this way. But at the receiver side we have to rearrange these packets. Okay, so this is what reliability. Then next is delay. Delay, the parameters defines the maximum values for the mean delay and the 95 percentile delay is that. Then next is throughput. Throughput specifies the maximum peak bit rate and the mean bit rate. Maximum bit rate, that means maximum how much data is transferred at particular second, and average bit rate it defines, that is what? Throughput. So these are the basic quality of service in GPRS. Now next to GPRS network architecture. Okay, this is the most timely according to your syllabus. It may be asked in exam. So here GPRS use the GSM architecture for voice. As I told you that GPRS is based on GSM only. GPRS has no its defined network. Okay, so GPRS use the network that is established already for the GSM. So whatever the facility that is provided by GSM, that should be used by the GPRS. So GPRS use the GSM architecture for voice. Next to offer the packet data service through GPRS, a new class of network nodes called GPRS support node is used. So here GSM node is used for providing the data communication. There are two types of GSM node that we will see. Then GSMs are responsible for the delivery and routing of the data packets between the mobile station and the external packet data network. Okay, so this is responsible for defining the data packets. Now there are two types of GPRS support node, that is GSM node, that is serving GSM, and gateway GSM, that is serving GPRS support node and gateway GPRS support node. Now let's learn about one node each. First see the architecture for this. The architecture is the same as a GSM network, but there is a change of this two node only. Here you can see this is the BTS, that is a base transceiver stations, that is defined for each and every cell, and it is placed in middle of the cell. Then next is BAC, that is a base station center, that is responsible for providing the services to the BTS as in the GSM. Then SGSM. Here there is a change in architecture. In GSM we have the mobile switching center, MSC is there, but here it is a SGSM, that is a serving GPRS support node. Okay, and here these are the databases, the same databases that is used in the GSM, VLR, HLR, AUC and EIR. That is a visitor location register, home location register, authentication center and equipment identity register. Then here this two node is again different, that is a GGSN, that is a gateway GPRS support node. Again there is a different type of network is there. So to provide the communication between these two different network, it supports the gateway. So gateway GPRS support node that use the other GPRS PLN network and internet or ISDN network or packet data network. That is integrated service digital network or public and mobile network, etc. Okay, so same architecture, just difference is what here in the place of MSC, in GPRS it is defined as GSM. So the functionality whatever is supported by the MSC in GSM, the same functionality will be supported by SGSM in the GPRS network. Okay, and here the gateway will support the different communication network. So we can establish the communication between different network. And here using the GPRS we can send SMS also. So here two node, that is SGSN, that is a serving GPRS support node, and gateway GPRS support node. Now what is the functionality of each node? Okay, serving GPRS support node is one of the GPRS support node. It is responsible for routing the data packet, switch data to and from the mobile station. Then it supports the mobility management, location management, authentication and charging for calls, store the location information of the user and user's profile. Okay, so these are the functionalities that is supported by the serving GPRS support node, that is the SGSN. Now which functionality is supported by the GGSN, that is a gateway GPRS support node. GGSN functions are similar to the router in a LAN. Okay, so whatever the functionality is done by the router in LAN network, that the same functionality is performed by the GGSN. It provides a gateway between GPRS and PDN, that is packet data network. Convert the data from SGSN to PDP format. It converts the data from SGSN to PDP format, that means it converts in the packet data format. So packet data protocol. Stores the current SGSN address, so it stores the current SGSN address, that is serving GPRS support nodes address it will store. Then store the location of the user in its location manager. As in GSM, everything is done by VLR, here it is done by the SGSN. It performs the authentication and charging function also. Now GPRS has having the four subsystems. GPRS, BSS, that is a basic base station subsystem, NSS, that is a network switching station subsystem, RSS and GSS. Now let's learn about each. Base station subsystem. Base station subsystem needs to enhance, recognize and send the data packets. Okay, then BSS includes the BTS and MS, that is a base station, base transceiver station and mobile station. Okay, so base station system as in same in GSM. Then network subsystem, it consists of a number of SGSNs, also consists of the number of the MSC, that is a mobile switching center, helps in authentication operation and maintenance of the subsystem. Now here you can see the two subsystem that is divided. BSS contain the BTS and BSC, and NSS contain the HLR and MSC, that is in GSM network. Now next, radio station subsystem, it consists of the numbers of mobile station, BTS and BSC. Mobile station having the GPRS capability, it stores the CKSN. CKSN, that means what's the cipher key sequence number, a logical identity. Okay, so this required for the security purpose. Now next is a gateway subsystem. Gateway subsystem consists of the SGSN and GGSN. That is a serving, it contains the two of node, that is a serving GPRS node and gateway GPRS support node. It's provide the connection to the other communication network, and PDA, that is a public data network. So to provide the communication to any public data network, GGSN gateway subsystem is used. Now GPRS other components, which are the other components? That is HLR, saying that if we are using in GSM, so HLR is used. What is the functionality of HLR here? It registers the user profile and responds to the queries from the GSM. Then next is mobile station. Mobile station, it is the mobile phone or device that supports the GPRS functionality. Then next is SMS node, that is used to send the SMS transition via SGSN. So if you want to send the SMS using the GPRS network, SGSN will use to provide the communication for this SMS communication. So this is all about this lecture. Remaining interesting topic we will cover in the next lecture. Thank you.